I am a judge who controls the life and death of ordinary people. As long as the price is high enough, you can get the fairest verdict from me. But none of this is what I wanted. I have no background, no backing, no power, yet I married the daughter of the head of Seoul's top law firm. Because of that, I became a highly sought-after chief judge. But in reality, my father-in-law colluded with major conglomerates and forced me to hand down countless unjust verdicts. Some victims even chose to jump to their deaths because of this. It was one such unjust ruling that planted the seed of resistance against my father-in-law. The irony was that the girl who jumped to her death was the granddaughter of my mother's neighbor. My mother wanted me to go with her, to apologize to the victim's family, but out of fear of being resented, I refused her. In the end, my mother went out alone. Later, I noticed that her asthma inhaler had been dropped. Just as I was about to bring it to her, a call from my father-in-law interrupted me. It turned out that a prosecutor had raided the office of Zhang Tai, chairman of the S Group, and uncovered a large amount of evidence of embezzlement. My father-in-law demanded that I rule him not guilty as usual. Because of the sensitivity of the case, he emphasized that it had to be handled perfectly. What I didn't know was that the victim's mother had taken out her hatred on my own mother. Without her inhaler, my mother suffered an attack and collapsed on the street. By the time I reached the hospital, it was already too late. After my mother's death, I immediately submitted my resignation and decided to divorce my wife. But reality did not let me go. The S Group case was not over, and my father-in-law would never allow me to leave. He forcibly summoned me, ignored whether I cared or not, and directly laid out the pre-written verdict in front of me.
뭡니까?
S그룹 최종 판결문.
이젠 판결문까지 강요하시는 겁니까?
이번 건 마무리하고 들어와.
독립하겠습니다.
그런다고 해날 로펌 사이에서 뭐가 달라져?
그래서 이혼도 할 생각입니다.
아버씨, 이래서 머슴이 돈 멋을 알면 안 된다니까요.
After returning home, I told my wife about my intention to divorce, but she said that even if we divorced, it would only happen when she decided to do so. Only then did I realize that from beginning to end, I had merely been a puppet, easily manipulated at will. But on the judge's bench, using the last bit of authority I had, I publicly sentenced Zhang Tai to 10 years in prison and fined him $20 billion. My action disrupted the plans of those at the top. That very night, a janitor pushed a trash cart into my office and suddenly restrained me, injecting me with an anesthetic. When I woke up, there was a corpse beside me, and the scene had been staged to make me the killer. As I fled the building, the same janitor appeared again and plunged a dagger into my neck. Just as I was about to meet my end, I arrived in a mysterious space. There, I saw my deceased mother, the girl who had committed suicide, and myself standing at the judge's bench. He found me guilty, but granted me a chance at a suspended sentence. As time rapidly reversed, I found myself returning to 10 years earlier, back on the judge's bench of my very first case.